Hey, it's Jack here. We're going to break down how I booked 264 sales calls. This is in 1 month without lifting a finger. So basically going to show you, the different methods of acquisition that we use, how to automate it, how to outsource it, so you can truly just have, qualified calls show up on your calendar without you having to lift a finger. So you never really have to worry about lead gen ever again. All right, so we'll break it all down in this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jack Bly. I own two companies. One of them is a fitness coaching company. My team runs that now. We hit 170K a month on that one, and then the other one is kind of what I'm talking about right now, helping other coaching businesses scale and really fix their client acquisition problem forever. So let's talk about outsourcing and automation. So this is a little like GIF of all the brainstorm sessions that are booked, by the way, in the 1 month. Anyways, the three methods of client acquisition. So you're probably doing at least one of these right now to try and get clients. So we have outbound. So this is sending messages, one-to-one to people. Could be your followers or could be strangers. We have inbound. This is, people coming to you, people DMing you from content, things like that. And we have ads. All right, those are the big three. Now, all these are relatively easy to automate or outsource the vast majority of the process. I'm just going to break down what I do, my businesses. This should help you out a lot. So first things first, a prerequisite of automating the system is the system must actually be working consistently first. Don't try and automate outsourcing that isn't working at all. So this is one of the biggest problems I see is, guys they launch ads and then they want to outsource it ASAP, or they just launch an ad and think their ad is going to make money because they're spending money on an ad, or they have outbound and they just give it to a VA or a setter hey, go make it work. Now, if you don't have a system that consistently converts first, don't expect it to work. It's kind of of course, you have to make it work first before you can actually automate it. Now you can hand it off to someone on your team. Obviously, they've been on your team for a little while, they're trusted, or you have a system for them to follow. But if you have no system, you can't outsource it yet. So big thing, we're actually having a system that's consistent. You want metrics. So metrics are actually tracking what's going on here. So for outbound, for example, you want to know what we call the ABR, or appointment booking rate. It's basically how many calls are booked from the amount of messages that we're sending. All right, that's a metric that you track. For inbound, again, you can track the appointment booking rate of inbound messages to calls booked. For ads, you want to track things like cost per call, cost per lead, things like that. And you have these certain metrics that you track. And so basically, with these metrics, you have what we call KPIs that you assign to them. So KPIs are key performance indicators. They're kind of the minimum percentage that you want to hit for a metric to be successful, for it to be scalable, basically. All right. So for example, let's say our KPI is a 3% appointment book rate for outbound. All right. So that means once our metric is at 3%, that means we're successful. That means it's scalable and we can definitely outsource it. All right. And the big thing here is staying consistent and repeating the process. So one of the biggest mistakes that people make is for outbound, for inbound with these DM sequences, is they change it every single day. They use a different questions. They use different messages every single day. And so it's never consistent. You can never tell what actually works and what doesn't work. So when you're running these things, you must have the system, the processes, all right, the variables must stay consistent in your system. It's extremely important. Or you can't just launch a new ad every day. If you have an ad that's working, you want to keep on running it and scale it. Stay consistent and repeat the process. All right, so that's a prerequisite. Once you have this, then I'll go ahead and break down what I'm doing for each of these. So outbound is relatively simple. So what I do here, I just do in bullet points what I actually do here. So basically I have a VA on my team. So virtual assistant. He's an absolute rock star. Been with me for a while. So we have a VA who executes the whole process for me. And so basically what he does, he finds leads, basically break down, hey, this is our avatar. Look for these people on these social platforms. Here's strategies to find these leads. So I give him a system to find leads. And then he sends messages to them. All right. Tracks metrics. And books calls. This is basically what he does. All right. So this is what he does. All right. So I basically provide him with a strategy for this, system for this. I provide him with exact DM scripts. So we know exactly what to say in every situation, every question that comes up. We have a DM script. Hey, say this, say this, say this. This is all tested. This is all proven. This works. And he tracks metrics using a tracking sheet. He just books calls for us. All right. He does this whole process and he kind of gives me an end of the reports. Hey, this many calls we booked today. This is what we did. Yada, yada, yada. That's it. Outbound is pretty simple. Once you have a system, you just kind of have to break down what you do. How do you find leads? What are the exact messages you send? How do you track metrics? How do you book calls? That's really it. Outbound is pretty simple. That's really all there is to it, to outsourcing this and automating so you can just book calls without you having to lift a finger. That's really it. Inbound. Now, I don't want to break your heart, but with inbound, you do still have to create some form of content. So what I do now is I, film videos, and I'll write some written content for Twitter and stuff, for LinkedIn. All right, so that's what I do. This is pretty quick. It takes me maybe 4 hours per week, maybe 3 hours. And then what I have on my team, I have an editor on my team. So he edits all the videos. And then I also have a content distributor. Okay, there you go. This guy, he basically takes the edited videos and takes the written content. He distributes it across all platforms. So, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, etc. All right, so we're on all these platforms. So I basically just create it, and then we have guys to package it and then distribute it. That's basically how it works. And this is the most efficient process I've found to do this so far. I also have like a swipe file. So that's another one I can add on here. So swipe file, this is like winning content. So any content that you do that goes viral, or that gets you a lot of leads, you want to store that in a swipe file so you can reuse that, repost it. You can literally copy and paste the same exact post it again. You can also take inspiration from it. So kind of reframe it a little bit, reframe the hook, the headline, or, just kind of replicate it in different ways. All right, so you want to have a swipe file. All right, so that's really the big systems there. It's relatively simple as well. And then ads is, pretty basic. So what do we do here? So basically there's a testing phase with ads. All right, so you have to test probably a few different creatives. So basically for like the coaches that we work with, basically give them, templates of like a good template's been proven to convert, also examples of already converting, campaigns, and they kind of, replicate that for their own offer. So they get pretty good results at the get-go, but there's usually a testing phase where you have to test different creatives. And then once you do find a winner, you basically just keep running the winner, and then you want to scale it. All right, and then with ads, there's usually like a, point of death, you can call it, where the ad either like dies, it stops working, or where you spend, like if you increase the spend to a certain amount, the efficiency dies way down. And so you want to just find the sweet spot of scale. And then you basically run similar creatives alongside it. All right, so like for example, let's say at $150 a day, you see like the efficiency is at the sweet spot. So you just keep it at that point, and then you want to create new creatives to scale even more. So similar ads to it, take like traits of it that work really well, and you replicate it. You can maybe change up the hook a little bit, change up something in it so it's a little bit different. And then you run similar creatives alongside it to that same sweet spot. All right, that's kind of what you do here to scale it. So this is, I don't really outsource too much of it, but ads is pretty like automated by itself. Like once you have a winner, you don't really have to do anything. I mean, you can just check the dashboard. Like all you do is like check dashboard, and then like you either make an adjustment or you do nothing. Like you maybe increase spend, like click a button, or you don't click a button. Like ads is pretty simple. That's really it. Like if you want to, book calls without lifting a finger, like this is really it. So you can do outbound, you can do inbound, you can do ads. They're all pretty simple. Like for everyone, like I do recommend like creating content, because content by itself should increase efficiency of this and this. So I love content. Everyone you're gonna have to create content. Like if you want to get like really scale a coaching business, for example, you're gonna have to create content. So that's what I do here. That's what I've found to work, and it's kind of easy to outsource it and automate it. But that's how it works. And yeah, hope this video will help. If you are a coach and you want help, automating, setting this stuff up in your business to help you sign more clients and scale and add 10, 30K a month to your business, click the link below. I have an offer. If not, no worries. Excuse me. You have an amazing day. You're awesome. And yeah, see you soon.